In Batman Dark Patterns, as Batman gets ready to mobilize, he thinks to himself how three kids have already been apprehended recently playing on the train tracks. In the years since the train was built, dozens have died playing this game. On the streets of Bowery, 6 dogs were re-released from the local pound. These dogs run the street like wolves, terrorizing animals. While in Cherry Hill, a building burns. Luckily, the building was already abandoned. Insurance fraud are just more kids. As Batman heads to the Batmobile, he thinks to himself that he cannot save people from themselves. Instead, he grits his teeth and waits for the light to cut through the darkness. Batman speeds through Gotham in the Batmobile as he gets ready to rendezvous with Lieutenant Gordon. You see, a man has been killed tonight, and the killer pinpointed every major nerve cluster in his body without spilling a drop of blood. As Batman enters, he asks who's the man standing with Gordon. The man is identified as Dr. Serica, a forensic pathologist. The victim, however, is identified as a man named Mr. Choi, the third victim to be killed and mutilated in such a manner. As Batman investigates the crime scene, he doesn't like Dr. Serica's mannerisms, so he tells Gordon to talk outside. Batman tells Gordon he doesn't trust the doctor. His mannerisms are consistent with someone that abuses penicillin or formaldehyde. Gordon reassures Batman that the doctor can be trusted. Nevertheless, Batman leaves to continue his investigation elsewhere. One of the 3 victims that was tortured to death was a lawyer named Francis Oakley. Batman makes his way to the office where Francis would operate. As Batman retrieves files on Mr. Oakley's clientele, he's met by a security guard, so Batman quickly incapacitates him. Now, Batman's not surprised by that, but what does surprise him, however, is several more heavily armed security guards come out of nowhere attempting to kill Batman while guarding this lawyer's office. Batman is wounded by gunfire, but he does manage to grab the files and escape out the window in the midst of a hellstorm of gunfire. As Batman stitches up his wound at the Batcave, he learns that Mr. Francis Oakley was taking on a lot of cases pro bono. But strangely enough, before he died, he used to only deal with a lot of corporate clientele, such as ones from Ace Chemical, the Iceberg, the Lounge, and even a few LexCorp subsidiaries. Batman observes there are half a dozen men in these files that would fit the criteria of targets, but the killer seems to be working through the list alphabetically. As Alfred pulls out the last bullet shard, Batman mobilizes to the location of what he believes to be the next victim. Michael Gallo was a petty thief until he made the mistake of robbing the home of a man affiliated with the Falcones. A week later, Gallo's wife was found floating in Gotham Bay. As Batman listens in, he detects the presence of someone else in the house. Batman needs to collect as much intel as possible, so instead of charging in there immediately, Batman waits and lets the killer speak. That way he can try to analyze his speech patterns. Batman charges through the window of Mr. Gallo's home. Batman then finally lays eyes on the killer, a man that has had several nails carefully and surgically placed in his body. Now, Batman is like, fuck, because anywhere he hits this guy may quite possibly kill him. Batman knows he cannot hit this guy, but unfortunately, the same cannot be said for the perpetrator as he beats Batman into the ground. As Batman attempts to go to his belt to grab a force multiplier, Mr. Gallo pulls out a shotgun and attempts to shoot the man and completely misses and gives the man an opportunity to escape. Now, Batman tells Mr. Gallo he's a fucking idiot. Nevertheless, Batman heads back to Wayne Manor to go investigate. As Batman digs through his archive, he finds the book he's looking for with a page that refers to the wounded man. To be continued.